Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you the fragrances that I wore for the week. Had a few ones that are kind of in the normal rotation, but I've also got a few that are completely new to me. So excited to share them with you. Like seriously, I have three major new loves for you. Yes! Before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the Weird and Wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community. And without further ado, let's get into this. Because I'm trying fragrances all the time, a lot of times I leave ones out that are harder to find. But I wanted to share this one because I sniffed it and I just had to put it on, and it is Angel Muse EDT. I love this fragrance. I love the Angel Muse EDP better than Angel Muse EDT. It's really a shame that MUGLER discontinued these because I think that they're some of the best fragrances that MUGLER had to offer. The EDT version is a little bit lighter, a little bit more juicy than the EDP, which is great for winter, the colder weather, so fall, winter. I have been like craving it, so that's why I wanted to pull this one out. It has that sharp Ackee Gala wood, which is apparently like a synthetic version of patchouli. I would just prefer straight up patchouli. I find that their Ackee Gala note is very, very sharp smelling. That said, this has passion fruit, it's got some orange, and it's got lemon, and I really, really enjoy the passion fruit in this. Now this one has hazelnut cacao plus chocolate in it. So it's a little bit more chocolatey, honestly, than the original, but it is paired with that fruit. This one also has a vetiver, which gives it a little bit of spiciness. It's warm, yet cold somehow. So I find Angel Muse EDP a very warm, delicious fragrance. This one's a little bit cooler with the fruits in it somehow. It works for spring and summer. You still get that delicious chocolate in the end. So this one is cozy. I find this to be just delectable for that, like a colder summer day. I don't know if I'd want to wear this in the major heat. But yeah, hard to find, but if you can find it, definitely worth it. Although if you have a choice between this one or the EDP, I would choose Angel Muse EDP. I just think it's absolutely amazing. This one though is also really great. So it was my 30-year anniversary this week. And so for some reason, unbeknownst to me, I decided to pull out Dolce & Gabbana, The Only One Intense. Now, I love the smell of this on the cap. And so I'm like, yeah, that's sexy. I'm totally in the mood for this. We were going to be gone all day, all evening. And so I thought, well, this one's long lasting. I'll love it. I didn't love it. I didn't love wearing it at all. It was hot, and I find it just a little bit too thick for me in the really hot weather. So this ended up being a bit of a bust. Like I could smell it, and instead of thinking, oh, like this, every time I smelt it, I thought, ugh, like seriously. And I think this is a beautiful fragrance, but it just didn't work for me on the day. I struggle with this one. I have ups and downs with it. So sometimes I love it. Sometimes I don't. I think for the most part, I don't. I find it somehow a little sickly. So a little too sweet for me at this point. This one has green apple in it. It's got jasmine, orange blossom, neroli. So a lot of white florals. It's got coconut. It's got vanilla. It's got cedar. So it's a beautiful fragrance. I smell the jasmine more so than the orange blossom for sure. So I was getting a lot of jasmine. I find this to be very, very sexy. I think that's part of the reason why I chose it. But it was too much in the heat. So tell me if you like this one. If you like this one, or tell me if you used to like this one and you're not sure. I have a love-hate relationship with this one for sure. I'm still glad I have it in my collection. I'm not going to ditch it. And if nothing else, I just really enjoy just sniffing out all the cap. Like it smells so intoxicating on the cap. I just wish that I felt intoxicated when I wore it on my skin. Not so much. The other oldie but goodie was Mon Guerlain by Guerlain. Now this, it was an evening. I wanted to wear something kind of comforting, slightly powdery with that lavender in there. There's some iris in this. It's just a sweet, it's a beautiful floral. It's definitely, you know, you have to be in the mood for the lavender aspect, and there's a bit of licorice in this one. But I personally like this one a lot more than the Libre line, which has lavender and vanilla kind of too. I prefer this one over that one. At least I think I do. I haven't smelt Libre for a while, but definitely I love Mon Guerlain, like seriously. Although I want to smell the intense one. Everyone talks about how amazing the intense one is, and I can't ever find it in store. So I hear it's amazing. Really enjoy this fragrance. It's kind of just a staple, go-to, easy, everyday, every woman type fragrance, as long as you like lavender. Now, 3 new fragrances that I tried. First of all, CARNER Barcelona gave me their top 10 our best sellers discovery kit, and then they gave me a bunch of sample, like just single samples. So thank you, CARNER Barcelona. I really appreciate that. It's such a great way to be able to discover a brand. So CARNER Barcelona, the ones like primarily the ones that are in this one, a lot of them tend to be a little bit lighter. There's Ibiza Nights, Costarella. These are all a little bit more summer-esque. You think like Mediterranean, by the sea, warm weather type fragrances. I've tried quite a few of these, and honestly, I really enjoy a lot of them. So I really like that DNA, especially thinking of the summer. But I'm thinking more along the lines of heading into fall. So these 2 caught my eye. The first one is called VOLCANO. This, like when I put this on, it was love at first sniff. I just think it's gorgeous. VOLCANO is kind of that traditional kind of rose oud fragrance with some spice in. I happen to love that DNA, and this was a beautiful rendition of it. So you have rose, ginger, and nutmeg in the opening. The middle is Indian patchouli leaf, olibanum, and cypriol oil, and then the base is agarwood, benzoin, labdanum, and vetiver. So lots of my favorite notes in there. Really enjoy nutmeg in a fragrance, really enjoy ginger, love oud, love vetiver. So lots of my favorite in this combination. Now this was a little bit more of a spicier rose, meaning it smelled a little bit hot. So, you know, because of that ginger, you know, when spice has a bit of a kick. So there's spicinesses in Christmas spices, like nutmeg, ginger, like pumpkin spice. This was less that and more a little hint of heat to it. So I really thought it was an interesting rose. Like it felt like there would be something like a Szechuan pepper in there with that ginger. So really enjoyed the combination. I would say that maybe some women would find this leaning masculine. I thought it was unisex. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. Lasts forever on the skin. Definitely full bottle worthy in my opinion. And I love the bottle, like with the gold label on that. I just think it's so beautiful. The next one that just literally blew my socks off was BOTAFUMEIRO, is I think how you would say it. So this is so delectable. This is right up my alley, and it kind of reminds me, I'm not saying it's the same thing, but it kind of has a similar spiciness to Dolce Amalfi, honestly. Somehow it reminds me of Dolce Amalfi. But this would be like a real cold weather version. It's a little bit more deep. It's a little bit more sexy feeling, whereas I find Dolce Amalfi to be a little bit lighthearted, a little bit kind of juicy. This is the deeper version of that fragrance. So maybe the older, more mysterious sister. I love this fragrance. Now, this is considered an amber woody fragrance. It has nutmeg, pink pepper, and bergamot in the opening. The middle has labdanum, patchouli leaf, freesia, and lily of the valley. And then the base has incense, styrax, and musk. Lots of people were saying, oh, it's an incense fragrance. I must not know what incense smells like because I don't find this overly incensey. It's so freaking amazing. Like, I love this fragrance. So this one is definitely full bottle worthy. I've almost used up the whole entire sample. I loved it so much. So I tried it, I think 2 or 3 times during the week, just whenever my fragrance would wear out, I'd put this back on because I was so in love with it. So BOTAFUMEIRO, if you've tried this one or Volcano, weigh in and say what you think. I just think getting the discovery kits is such a great idea, and I can't wait to go through these and like give these a better wear. My friend Janet is visiting. Love getting together with her and discussing fragrance. So fun, and she's got such a beautiful collection. But she got this TRUSSARDI La Vie di Milano set, and so it has all these awesome fragrances. I'm just borrowing this from her, but the one that just totally blows me away. So I'm going to try say this in Italian. Don't come for me, I'm trying. Plus, it just sounds so cool. Passeggiata in Galleria, Vittorio, Emmanuel, Due. I think that's how you say it. I'm impressed with myself. I probably butchered it, but anyway. So listen to these notes. The top notes are hazelnut, coffee, and cinnamon. Yes, please. Heart is coconut, tuberose, absolute, jasmine, sambac. Dry down is cedarwood, vanilla, absolute, white musk. And this is considered a floral oriental gourmand. Oh my goodness. This is so amazing. I love it so much. Can't wait to get it. When it first opens up, I get the coffee and the cinnamon, and unfortunately that kind of dissipates, and what I'm left with is the hazelnut. That said, it's delicious. It's a deliciously warm, beautiful fragrance. I would say that it sits a little closer to the skin, but I haven't tried it out and about, so I don't know if anyone can smell it. That said, I am so impressed with this. This is another one that I definitely want a full bottle of. They're a little bit more pricey than a lot of the Trussardi fragrances. They're part of their kind of elite line, or like the fancy line. But you can get them, I think, like I looked on Fragrance Buy, so you can get them for 139 Canadian. So that's still not bad. This was delicious. Like, I definitely get that coffee cinnamon vibe in the opening. So delicious. I wish that that stayed, but then as it dries down, you get that hazelnut. I don't really get any coconut, but I do get just this real creaminess from the florals paired with that hazelnut. It's definitely a colder weather fragrance in my opinion, so it's really cozy, would be perfect for fall. Like so cozy. Like, it's really a beautiful fragrance. I think Trussardi is a glove company, I think, or leather goods or something like that. But these smell, this smells very niche smelling. So it's way different. It's not mass appealing, but it is so beautiful. It's elegant to me. It's a little bit sultry and sexy, but it's still very, very wearable. So loved the fragrance. If you've tried this one or any of the other 2 new ones that I talked about, please weigh in and say what your thoughts are. I was so impressed with this. Can't wait to try the rest of them. And other than that, that's all I tried. But what a great week. So I love Volcano, spicy rose, like really spicy rose. Loved BOTAFUMEIRO, like that one. Oh my goodness. Like it's delectable to me. Somehow it smells a little bit caramelly and just delectable, like sweet caramel, like more the Christmas spices in this one. And then the Trussardi one, Passeggiata in Galleria, Vittorio, Emmanuel, Due. If you're Italian, tell me how I did. I probably sounded like a kindergarten, but I had to try. What a beautiful language. Anyway, really excited about trying these ones out. I've always been kind of intrigued by their a little bit more elite line. So can't wait to try the rest of these, but that fragrance, the hazelnut, the warmth in it, and it smells quite nutty. So you know how nuttiness can have kind of a depth to it, and a real warmth. That's what you're getting in this fragrance. So really think it'll be awesome for fall. And that one, like all 3 of these are ones that I want full bottles of because they're just beautiful. What about you? Have you tried anything new? If you have, Tell me what it is. We would all love to know. What are you trying? What are you loving? Let me know. And other than that, I hope you have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.